Good morning. In this video we can see the problems related to waves. First of all, you should be familiar about the formulas in the waves: progressive wave, stationary wave, velocity of transverse wave, frequencies of vibrating string, velocities of the longitudinal wave, that means sound waves in solids, liquids, gases, temperature effect, pressure effect, open pipes, closed pipes, beats, echoes, Doppler effect. So many topics are there. So first problem, a progressive wave is represented by 5 sine 10 pi t minus 0.02 pi x meters. Calculate amplitude of oscillation, angular frequency, angular wave number, velocity of sound, time period, frequency of the progressive wave. So amplitude, comparison with this one, A sin omega t minus kx, we get A is equal to 5. Omega other than t is omega. Omega is equal to 10 pi radian per second. This is in meters. And k, angular wave number other than x, remaining is k, that is 0.02 pi. Then what is velocity of the sound? Velocity of the progressive wave. Omega by k is the velocity, that is 10 pi divided by 0.02 pi. Pi cancel, so we get 1000 by 2, 500 meter per second. Velocity of the sound. What is the time period? T is equal to 2 pi by omega. That is 2 pi by omega into 10 pi. That is 155, 0.2 seconds. What is the frequency? 5 hertz. And what is the wavelength of the wave? Wavelength k is equal to 2 pi by lambda, that is equal to 0.02 pi. So pi cancel, lambda is equal to 2 by 0.02, that is 2 cancel, we are getting 100 meters. So this is about the progressive wave. Second one, stationary wave. Y is equal to 4 cos 0.2 pi x sin 100 pi t. What is the length of each loop? It is formed on a string. It is formed on a stationary wave is formed on the vibrating string. One string of length 6 meter. Calculate first one. What is wavelength of the independent progressive wave? Second one, length of loop. Third one, number of loops. 3 questions. So we can compare this one with the 2a cos kx sin omega t. Therefore k is equal to 0.2 pi, that is equal to 2 pi by lambda. Pi cancel, lambda is equal to 2 by 0.2. So we get 10. Lambda is equal to 10 meter. Lambda is equal to 10 meter. So if it is in meter, so its length is, let us assume 20 meters or 50 meters. The length of the wire is 50 meters. So lambda is equal to 10 meters. Therefore, actually stationary wave is formed means the distance between two nodes is lambda by 2. Distance between node and antinode is lambda by 4. Therefore, lambda by 2 is equal to, we have to is lambda by 2, that is equal to length of the loop. Length of the loop is equal to lambda by 2. Lambda we got to 10. 10 by 2. So that is a 5 meter. Therefore, number of loops required. Total length 50 by length of each loop is 5. So we are getting 10 loops. The number of loops formed is 10. The number of loops formed on the wire is 10. Then, if 10 loops are there, how many nodes and how many anti-nodes formed? Suppose 2 loops are there, 3 nodes and 2 antinodes, like that. 10 loops are there, so 10 antinodes, 11 nodes. We are getting 11 nodes and 10 antinodes. Important point. Next one, third one. There is a wire, length 150 centimeter, subjected to a tension of 1200 Newton, and the mass is 5 grams. Mass of the wire is 5 grams. Calculate its linear density, velocity of the transverse wave, and the fundamental frequency if it is vibrated. 3 questions. What is the linear density? Mass by length. That is 5 grams by 150 centimeter. That is 1 by 30. So, gram 5 into 10 power minus 3 kilogram. And 150 centimeter means 150 into 10 power minus 2 meter. So, that is equal to 1 by 300 kg per meter. That is the linear density. Therefore, velocity of transverse wave root of T by mu. That is root of tension is 1200 by 1 by 300. That is equal to root of 3600. That is equal to 600 meter per second. This is velocity of the transverse wave. What about the fundamental frequency? M is equal to 1 by 2L root of T by mu. So root of T by mu is velocity, that is 600. So that is 1 by 2 into length of the wire is 150 centimeter. That means 1.5 meter. 1.5 into 600. So we cancel 200 Hz. The fundamental frequency is 200 Hz. This is a third problem. Next, velocity of sound in the gas is root of gamma p by d, that is equal to root of gamma r t by m, molecular weight. Calculate the ratio, fourth problem, calculate the ratio of the velocity of sounds in hydrogen and oxygen at temperature T. So, constant temperature, hydrogen, oxygen, both are diatomic gases. So, velocity of sound is inversely proportional to square root of molecular weight, because gamma constant, R constant, temperature also constant. Therefore, V1 by V2 is equal to root of M2 by M1. M2, second gas, molecular weight 32, oxygen, hydrogen 2. So, root of 16 by 1, that is equals to 1. And fifth problem, at what temperature velocity of sound is double that at 0 degree centigrade. So, velocity of sound at 0 degree centigrade is V. So, at what temperature velocity of sound will be doubled. The relation is V1 by V2 is root of T1 by T2. So, V by 2V is equal to root of temperature degree centigrade, you have to convert into Kelvin scale. So 273 divided by 273 plus small t. So at a temperature T, velocity of sound is double. So we will cancel squaring on both sides. 1 by 4 is equal to 273 by 273 plus t. Therefore, 273 plus t is equal to 4 into 273. So small t is equal to 819 degrees centigrade. At a temperature of 819 degrees centigrade, velocity of sound is double that at 0 degrees centigrade. Next problem. Closed pipe, open pipe having same length, find the ratio of their fundamental frequencies. So closed pipe, open pipe, fundamental, closed means C, open means O. Ratio of the fundamental frequencies required. Formula V by 4L is to V by 2L. So length is the same. We will cancel, multiply by 4. 1 is to 2, we are getting L cancel, 1 is to 2. The ratio of their fundamental frequencies is 1 is to 2. Next problem, open pipe has a fundamental frequency 200 Hz. Now it is immersed in water such that 1/3 of length is inside water, L by 3 length inside water. Find its new fundamental frequency. Find the new fundamental frequency. So, V by 2L is equal to 200. Now, N2 is equal to closed pipe because it is immersed in water. V by 4L. L is L by 3 inside water. The remaining length outside is 2L by 3. So, substitute 2L by 3. So we are getting 3 by 4 into V by 2L. But V by 2L means 200. So that is equal to 3 by 4 into 200. 4 1 to 450, that is 150 Hz. Now the frequency became 150 Hz. Important model. One problem, open pipe fundamental frequency N1, closed pipe fundamental frequency N2 are joined to form single closed pipe. Are joined to form single closed pipe. Find its new frequency. When it is closed, when it is make a single closed pipe, fundamental frequency is N, that is equal to V by 4 into L1 plus L2. So that is equal to V by 4 into, here N1 means V by 2 L1, N2 means V by 2 L2. So therefore L1 is equal to V by 2 N1. So 4 into V by 2 N1 plus V by 4 N2 will come. We cancel by simplifying, we can get 2 N1 N2 by N1 plus 2 N2. This is the fundamental frequency. And some more problems we can do later about the beats, Doppler effect, echoes, etc.
Next problem, velocity of sound in air is 340 meter per second. Calculate distance of obstacle to heard an echo. Calculate distance of obstacle to heard an echo. So we know persistence of hearing 0.1 seconds and the distance of the obstacle is equal to Vt by 2, that is 340 into 0.1 by 2, so that is 17 meter. So here persistence of hearing they don't give, so you have to remember. Next problem, velocity of sound in water 1400 meter per second. In the sonar method, sound navigation and ranging, sound is sent into the ocean, sound waves sent into the ocean, and reflected sound is received after 8 seconds. Calculate depth of ocean. So D is equal to Vt by 2 formula. So 1400 into 8 by 2. So this one 700. So 5600 meter. Then 5.6 kilometer. The depth of the ocean is 5.6 kilometer. Next, beats. Two sound waves having frequencies 356 and 350 Hz. Two sound waves having frequencies 356 Hz and 350 Hz. Calculate 1. Number of beats per second or beat frequency. Number of beats per second. Second one, beat time. Third one, during beats, frequency of sound. Fourth one, frequency of the amplitude. How much the amplitude? The amplitude frequency changes with what frequency? Frequency of amplitude. So total 4 questions. First one, number of beats per second, that is called beat frequency, nothing but difference of the parent frequencies. That means 356 minus 350, that is 6 beats per second. Beat time. So in 1 second 6 beats we are getting. Time for 1 beat is equal to 1 by 6 seconds. Frequency of sound is during beats, frequency of sound N1 plus N2 by 2, that is equal to 356 plus 350 divided by 2, that is equal to 353 Hz. And the frequency of amplitude changes with a frequency half of beat frequency. Amplitude changes with a frequency half of beat frequency. That means amplitude frequency is 356 minus 350 by 2. That means 6 by 2. So 3 times. Answer, amplitude changes with a frequency 3 times. So per second amplitude can change 3 times. And next one, number 13. There are standard forks A and B. This is A, this is B. Its frequency, there are 2 tuning forks A and B. One standard fork is there. Its frequency is N. Its frequency N1. Its frequency N2. Standard fork frequency N, and one tuning fork frequency N1, another tuning fork B tuning fork frequency N2. And they said frequency of A is 8% greater than frequency, standard frequency. Frequency of A 8% greater. 8% greater. That means you have to take 108 N by 100. They are comparing with the standard fork. 8% greater means 108 N by 100. Frequency of B is 2% less than standard frequency. So 2% less means 98 N by 100. They given frequency of A and B in terms of N. Now A and B are vibrated, we are getting 6 beats per second. So when A and B are vibrated, we are getting beat frequency they given 6 beats per second. So 108 n by 100 minus 98 n by 100 is equal to 6. Therefore difference 10 n by 100 is equal to 6. Therefore 0 cancel, n is equal to 60. So standard fork frequency is 60 Hz. Then what are the frequencies of A and B equation? So frequency of A, n1 is equal to 108 into 60 divided by 100. 0 cancel. So 6 8s 48, 4, this one come here, 6 1s 6. So that by 10, that means 64.8 Hz. Frequency of A 64.8 Hz. Then what is frequency of B? 98 into 60 divided by 100. So 0 cancel, 48 for 54 plus 4 58. So by 10. So 58.8 Hz. Frequency of B is 58.8 Hz. Frequency of A is 64.8 Hz. So number of beats we are getting 6. So this is one important model related to beats. Next, number 14. Number 14. There are two tuning forks A and B. Tuning fork of A having frequency 254 Hz. B frequency we don't know. And they said when A and B are vibrated together, we are getting 6 beats per second. When A and B are vibrated, we are getting 6 beats per second. That means frequency of B may be 260 Hz or 248 Hz possibilities. Okay, now A is 254 Hz only, and now tuning fork A is filed. Filed means rubbed. Then number of beats become 4 per second. 4 beats per second. Now we are getting only 4 beats per second. Tuning fork A is filed. That means its frequency can change. That means B frequency no change because we didn't touch the tuning fork B. A only filed. So B may be 260 or 248 as it is. Now tuning fork A is filed. So write down when A is filed, its frequency increases. When tuning fork is filed, its frequency increases. Important point. Waxed frequency decreases. Increases by, take difference of the beats. Initially we have 6 beats, now 4 beats. Increases by 6 difference 4. That means 2 Hz. Frequency increases by 2 Hz. So now tuning fork A become earlier 254, now 256 Hz because 2 Hz increased. B no change. B tuning fork B frequency no change, that is 260 or 248 Hz. Therefore, which one is correct one? To get 4 beats per second, which one is correct? So B, this part is correct because 256, 260, 4 beats. If we take this one, we are getting 8 beats. So they said only 4 beats. So frequency of B is 260. Therefore, frequency of B is 260 Hz. Frequency of B is 260 Hz. Next, one more problem. One tonometer is there. That means tuning forks arranged like this in increasing order of their frequencies. Increasing order. Each fork producing 3 beats with the next one. 3 beats per second. 3 beats per second. 3 beats per second. And they said frequency of first fork is X and last one is double 2x. So they said frequency of the last fork, there are 16 forks, total 16 forks. Frequency of last fork is higher octave of first one. Higher octave means double. And all tuning forks are arranged in the increasing order of their frequencies. Therefore, they are in AP, arithmetic progression. Then nth term in AP, A plus n minus 1 into D. Nth term means 16th term. So 2x. First term x plus n 16 minus 1 into difference 3. Therefore, so 15 3 is 45. X is equal to 45 Hz. Then calculate frequency of last fork. Last fork is 2x. That is 2 into 45. That is 90 Hz. Okay. In a Doppler effect, apparent frequency when both are approaching n dash is equal to n into V plus VO by V minus Vs. So one problem we can do on this. Let velocity of sound is 340 meter per second and frequency of the source is 680 Hz. 680 Hz. Now source and observer are in motion with each with velocity 10 meter per second. Source, velocity of the source and velocity of observer is 10 meter per second. Both are approaching. Calculate, both are approaching. Calculate apparent frequency. Therefore, n dash is equal to, formula is this. N means 680 into 340 plus 10 divided by 340 minus 10. That is equal to 680 into 350 divided by 330. So 1 0 cancelled. So 680 into 35 divided by 33. So you have to simplify this. Approximately you can get 680 above. You can get above 680. So 690 something. You calculate this. So these are the problems related to the waves. Okay.